and just say how much I support this campaign and some of the particular reasons why. I think we need to raise a lot of issues beyond just nuts and bolts and zoning and districting kind of issues, which is a lot of things that go on in city council, which has to be addressed by all of us. But I mean, all these other important things like Chris is enumerating and Paige is talking about have to be raised and addressed. So this is a good way to do it. And we've been doing it through Stop the War Machine, trying to be involved in a lot of city council activities over the years. Gosh, I don't know when we started, 10, 15 years ago, going to city council, getting involved in a lot of these issues and things. And so we've seen a lot of number of people come and go on the council. And sometimes it goes good, and sometimes it doesn't really go very far, and kind of things that are happening. And I just want to say this thing with Ray Garduno, who we really worked for to try to get him elected. He's our city councilman for our district, and I was really supportive of him, but I was really shocked when I saw that he was endorsing, without discussing with anyone, another white male policeman for this open seat on city council, which is like, people I know can't believe that this is a possibility that is coming about, and it's got to be challenged. And I just wanted to say, give a little statement about the thing of my involvement with Pat Davis, who's the other candidate. I don't want to turn this into a Pat Davis thing. I'd rather listen to Marissa and let her talk.
Oh, but they're saying louder if you could.
Yeah, I'm having trouble. I've got a sore throat, so I'm trying to do the best I can. I'm not going to be able to talk very loud or very long on this thing. But I just wanted to say this thing. I don't know why Ray Garduno has set the terms of this election, but I do know why the Democratic Party is trying to hold on to this district and this seat with a number of their people, because District 6 is probably the core, strongest area of the Democratic Party in the whole state. Most number of activists, the highest turnout of voters, usually votes sort of generally progressive on a lot of issues, and organizations around it are sort of tied to that. So it's really important to them, this whole district. And I guess they figured Davis can win because he's got money behind him, where he's coming from. A lot of big support. So most of the folks are going to vote for who can win, not what they stand for, which is a danger, because then you just wind up with the same old thing all over and over again. The lesser of evils, or we can just vote for him, he'll listen to us, we can work for us, But it doesn't work that way. What works is grassroots actions and mobilization and putting people in the streets. As we know, there would not be any addressing of police brutalities and crimes in this city now, or even the military budget and things, if had not been a lot of mobilizations already been going on. They would just walk away from all that. So we've got to keep the focus on that, and we need people in city council like Marissa who would be able to support and come out and actively take a leading role in organizing those kind of things. And so that would be the real strong point for us. I don't think the major candidate they're endorsing, Davis, would do that. He stayed away from all these issues over the years. He's progressive on some things, but not on the issues that are important about structural change and the conditions of power and poverty and poor people in this area. And I just want to throw this thing out because people have asked me about it, and I know people have talked about it. I had an encounter with him back in 2006. Over at UNM, the Lockheed Martin, you may not know it, but has given all around the country millions of dollars to universities to endow chairs and departments so they can play out their military solutions budgets or solutions to all kinds of problems in society. So they're always having these conferences where, we got a problem, these people over there or whatever, so how are we going to solve it? Well, we're just going to bomb them. We need bigger and better bombs and missiles and drones and things like that. That's what they always come out with. So they were doing this again back in 2006. They had just given $10 million, if I remember right, to the UNM to create a chair in the political science department, and they got to choose who was going to be the head of that department and that chair. And since then, they have used it a number of times to put on symposiums and sponsor think tank kinds of big policy research kinds of things at the university level to basically sell through propaganda their programs and ideas, which is what they're doing with I got a little bit of things for you. Better take some. I think the ozone pollution in this town is getting to my throat. So anyway, In 2006, Lockheed Martin was doing one of these conferences where they wanted to push, at that time, building a reliable, renewable nuclear weapons program. They were getting ready to revamp the whole nuclear weapons program, but they couldn't get enough support for it. So they put on a conference at CNM, or UNM, and a lot of us went there and were just in a crowd like this, and we were sort of like filled up. What happened was there was a guy in the back of the room, was a good friend of mine. I won't mention his name because he's since graduated and has left the area, but he was a handicapped person. And supposedly at this meeting, you were not supposed to have political signs or messages or anything. Well, he's a good radical. What he did, under his shirt, he had a pillowcase with a little sign painted on it that said, "No nukes." That's all over the place. So he pulls his shirt open and pulls his sign out, and immediately the rent-a-cops for Lockheed Martin descended on him, threw him on the floor, grabbed his banner, tore it up, and started pushing him around. And so I was on the other side of the room, and some of us saw this, and so I started agitating that the meeting was a farce, and the agenda was all wrong, and there was no balance, and that kind of thing, on the panel and stuff. And I said, "Look what they just did to Andrew over there." So next thing I know, campus police comes in. It's Pat Davis. He's a lieutenant on the campus. He came up and started pushing me. He said, "Let's go outside and talk about this." And I turned to him and I said, "You should be doing something about what these cops just did to this gentleman over here. They threw him down." And at that point, he started pushing me towards the door, and two other cops came up behind and tackled me from the back. And anyway, while he was pushing me, he says, "I'm going to charge you with battery, and that'll get you banned from the university." They knocked me down, dragged me on the floor, handcuffed me, charged me with battery. I was banned from university for, I think it was 3 years. I had to go to court, cost a lot of money, kind of thing. So this is the opponent we got. So since then, a number of people, like Sue in the background, and my neighbor across the street have run into this candidate out campaigning, and they have asked him, "Well, we heard that you did some nice things, to some protesters and people about this nuclear weapons thing at the university." And he says, "Oh, well, that's all in the past. It's all bygones. Bob and I have met, and we have reproached, and we've allowed the bygones to be bygones. We've allowed," and he says, "I've apologized to Jean's wife." There's a whole other part of the story with her condition in this, that he's apologized to her and publicly. And so we should all just go on and go forward. Well, this is all news to us. We haven't heard from a thing from him, about any of this. I mean, he's just making this up as he goes. So draw your conclusions from that. I mean, what kind of person this is that's running for city council, where he's going to come down on issues, how he's going to address these kind of problems. I don't think he would be open to any of the issues and things of what we're talking about. So that's when I saw this announcement, Ray Gardino said he's going to endorse this guy Davis. I said, "What? Not another white male cop for city council?" And so I was really hoping someone would run it. I'm glad Marissa's running, and the party is supporting her. And it's a good chance that we can bring some change. And truth and justice are on our side in this campaign, and they're going to throw a lot at the party and at the campaign here to try to stop it and things like that. So let's just keep it going and do well with it. So, Chris, thank you. I hope I've covered it. I didn't want to cover all I can do.